Machad. Now Clavillo comes over to offer up an option, but it's Machad. That ball never gets above the waist of the wall. And Alves lose it though. Machad keeps it. Now Machad inside the box. Lays it down. Clavillo. Right foot. Headed away just for a moment by Lopez, but then De Lima gets a touch to it. Relieves a little pressure. Ball played forward. Tomas gets flick onto it, and then Stankovic gets it over here to Doran. Tristan Doran, ball forward. Ethan Decker, the target there. Ethan Decker ends up with it. Now Tomas. Good combination play though. Cut out. Doran back forward for Clavijo on the turn. Nice little turn for him. Now if he's fouled by Erickson Alves. Enough to beat the first defender. All the way back to Doran. Got Matthew LaRue up off his feet there. Tomas, Machad. Machad keeps it. Keeps cutting. And that ball laid out wide to Alexander. Sean Alexander. That ball off of Stankovic's head. Goes out of play now. It'll be another corner kick. Set piece opportunity, which is not the most dangerous South Florida's looked in this 1+ games against the Villages over this last week. Shad gives the signal for ready. Muita gets a clean release. That ball whipped in, and that's a goal. It's like James Fillerman, the goal scorer from last Saturday. Set pieces again. Catalyst for South Florida offense. Credit South Florida, down a man, but takes an opportunity there and puts themselves up on the scoreboard. Plenty of game left here. About 10 minutes left in this first half, and we've got an entire second half to go. And remember, the Village is enjoying a one-player advantage on the field, but a deficit on the scoreboard. De Lima finds Alves out wide here. Tries to go long here, and that gets over the head. Paco Thomas now in a dangerous spot outside the box. You know he can hit it with his left foot, and he does! And almost equalizes. Credit to Ruiz, who got enough of it to touch it just wide of the back post there. But quickly, Paco Thomas puts everybody in check. Realizes that the Village is certainly dangerous, as they are the leading goal-scoring team in the PDL for a reason. Matter of fact, tallied 5 a week ago against the same South Florida Surf team. Now Torres, set piece of his own. Oh, Thomas cut off Stankovic. De Lima keeps it. Tomas stripped of the ball. That ball is still bouncing around in there, and a dangerous play, I believe, whistled on De Lima for trying to play the ball while on the ground. Thought Ruiz was in no hurry when the score was 0-0. You can only imagine. So the lack of an expedient nature he'll have while his team is up 1-0. Torres gets the ball, tries to get it to Hopner. That ball couldn't find his feet. Play it short. DeLima now with the turn. Tomas in his face. Out wide here now to Torres. Torres with a touch. Forward to Hopner. Hopner dangerous with the ball at his feet. Lays the ball down to Torres. Stankovic sprays it wide. Now Gias. Little give and go with he and Paco Thomas. Credit to Jeff Michon working all the way back to the end line to cut that ball off and have it go out of play for a corner kick. Paco Thomas, left-footed effort. That's long to the back post. Jackie K's there, but Tomas headed it free, and then it came out and sat up for DeLima, who tried a one-timer. Comes off the end of his foot. Continues to spin way wide. Now Ruiz. Take his time. Long ball there by Ruiz. Stankovic gets ahead to it. Falls to Torres. Torres. Hopner. Now plays back on to Torres. Alexander's there. Good tackle from him there. Nothing wrong in that tackle there as he got ball. DeLima. Oh, that ball flicked on forward. Never gets to Paco Thomas. Now Ruiz will just throw it wide. Michaud forward. Decker on the strike. Worked his way to the middle of the field and had an opportunity and peeled that one off. It just goes over the crossbar. DeLima amongst three. Comes out the back end of that, and then Tomas rides him off, but the referee plays advantage as it goes to Paco Thomas, who almost gives it up, but now Gias with it. Gias continues his overlap. Thomas will stay with it, now chip it into the box, but Moita, always a favorite to win a ball in the air there. That ball sprayed out for Torres, who didn't feel like he could get to it. Again, South Florida, a man down, will be in no hurry to get any of these balls back in play. Doran. Ball comes down to Ethan Decker. Ethan Decker with it. Michaud flicks the ball forward. Ethan Decker looking for a call, doesn't get it. Displeased, to say the least. Now DeLima's got a lot of space in front of him. Tomas comes to cut him off. Oh, outside of the right foot. What a ball. Ruiz gets to it for a second. And then Mathieu Leroux with an open net. Pressured, no question. But that ball woefully off frame has Ruiz. Did a pretty good job initially of coming out to cut that ball off, but then made a mess of it with the clearance. This ball fell to Mathieu Leroux with an open goal waiting. Enough pressure offered up where he pulled it wide. Ball comes down. South Florida. Fillerman chips the ball forward. Tomas, the intended target there. That ball goes out of play for a South Florida throw. Ball thrown in. Michaud draws a foul. Dangerous spot here because this could be one of two things. As Muito will go into the box. Close enough for a strike on goal. If they're so inclined. That's Decker over it. Was Ethan Decker. His shot never gets beyond the wall. But he still got it. Past Gias, but Yago Lopez is there. Oh, Erickson Alves. What a beautiful dummy from him. Lets the ball on to DeLima. DeLima being chased down by Alexander. Gets the ball forward to Hoffner. DeLima continues to run. It's given to him. Now DeLima can keep it in play. He does. And then Ruiz comes over and cuts him off for a corner kick. It's Ruiz, Alexander, and DeLima all involved in that action down there on the end line. And it's the goalkeeper, Ruiz. It's a little bit worse for wear. Torres will get his left foot into this ball. That ball never gets beyond the first defender. It's long. DeLima able to run it down. Looks like we got 3 minutes of added time here in this first half. A couple of knocks and certainly the red card adds some times to it. McGlynn will come all the way out of his box and throw this into Lopez. Lopez will play long. Erickson Alves wants it. Mathieu Leroux, but Muito, every bit of that 6'5" frame needed on that one. DeLima out wide to Torres. Clavillo in front of him. Torres and Clavillo. Clavillo and Torres still has it. Alexander and Torres. Torres gets through him. Torres still with it. Torres still with it. Tries to get it to the end line. That ball's still in play. He goes out of play for a goal kick. Torres beat two, but couldn't beat the third. Tristan Doran came over to offer help. Now Ruiz, the goal kick. Gias wins that for a moment, but it falls to Tomas. Tomas tries to flick over Stankovic. Keeps possession. Now ball inside to Decker, who tried to lay it down. Instead, Paco Thomas has it. Tries to get it forward. Erickson Alves all the way back to McGlynn. Now DeLima will check all the way back to get it. Starts looking for options. He's got Gias out wide on the right. Now forward, Hoppner. Great dummy there. But ran out of real estate for that. James Fillerman waiting to take the throw. Oh, Paco Thomas, good turn there. And he's chopped down by Rory O'Keefe. Now DeLima will try to drop this inside the box. Jackie K, Yago Lopez. They'll just throw as much size forward as they can muster. Ooh, that ball there picked off by Mashad, who decided to opt for just the long ball forward, and that'll end the first half as a 10-man South Florida Surf team may have a disadvantage as far as personnel is concerned, but they've got the advantage as they've scored a goal off of a corner kick here in the first half. At halftime, your score, South Florida Surf 1, the Villages 0. You are watching Villages SC Soccer on National Sports Broadcasting. We're underway with the second half. The South Florida Surf hosting the Villages SC Buffalo. And the Surf enjoy a 1-0 lead on the scoreboard. They are playing a man down, so it's an equation that promises for some exciting soccer here for 45 minutes. Roberto De Lima chips the ball forward to Danilo Gias. Gias, Michon. Now the foul there by Fillerman. Paco Thomas shoved off the ball. Again, that's one of the ones where I understand there's been a lot of fouls, but if you take that one in and of itself, I don't know how anybody can complain about the call. De Lima now sizes up this free kick. Ruiz instructing Michon in the wall, the one-man wall. That ball to the back post. Jackie K gets there, but headed over the crossbar. But nonetheless, a little bit more than 1 minute into the second half of the first opportunity for the Villages. Andres Ruiz now. This ball forward. Short ball there. Oh, just beyond Hopner. But Torres gets control outside to Erickson Alves. Alves avoids the contact there. Now Alves in a dangerous spot. The shot on goal. But it's right at Ruiz, and Roberto De Lima standing at the back post asking questions. Most notably, why did you pass it to me? Fillerman, who's had to drop back to the left back spot after the straight red card to Callum Carsley in the first half. Fillerman, who has the goal. De Lima and Lopez. Back onto Roberto De Lima. De Lima sees Gias. Gias able to keep it in play just for a moment. Michon gets it out of danger for a moment. De Lima, the turn. Stankovic, that ball cut out. Now a counter opportunity here for the Surf. Decker to Clavillo. Ball goes out of play off Jackie K, and it'll be a throw-in for the Surf. Hopner comes out just for a moment. Muita bangs the ball forward. Michon was offsides, but the referee says just play on. Comes into Erickson Alves. K to De Lima. De Lima looks up. Gias wants it long, doesn't get it. Said Paco Thomas. Back into De Lima. Great through ball. Willen Hopner. Offsides flag is up, though. Well-played ball, but Greg Hopner was just a step offsides. But he remains quite dangerous. Muita gets a right foot into it. Jackie K wins that ball over Ethan Decker. And Alexander, that ball to Hopner there, who's offsides once again. Rory O'Keefe bangs the ball forward. Ruiz ball forward. Gets beyond both Clavillo and Jackie K. Jackie K is going to get a yellow card. Clavillo remains down. Clavillo well enough to stay in the game. More importantly at this moment, another set piece opportunity for the Surf. Certainly where this team offensively, where their bread is buttered. As Mawita gets forward, Decker in the box as well. Clavillo looking to draw another foul. Tumbles to the ground. That's a short ball headed away for a moment by Lopez. That ball comes off the hand of Michaud. Stankovic. DeLima. And now Gias. Gias got a little space out here. He's got Hoffner going to make that run in front of him. Plays him. Hoffner has got O'Keefe in front of him. And O'Keefe steps in and wins that ball. Or at least gets it out of play for a throw. DeLima. Foregoes the throw to Gias. DeLima turns right into some pressure, but is able to keep it and sprays it over here to Torres. Torres now looking for options. Chips it forward to Alves. Alves on the turn. Alves at the top of the box. Right foot. Mawita stepped in the way. It was like Paco Thomas was offsides at the time the shot was taken. And Ruiz now. Foot into it. Stankovic is there. Heads it forward. LaRue to Hoppner. He's got Torres. Now he's got Gias overlapping. That ball's heavy. Gias able to get there. Tries to chip it over the head of Fillerman. But he was alert in the moment. Now Paco Thomas will take the corner kick. Left-footed in-swinger. Jackie K comes forward. LaRue, Iago Lopez now sneaking in towards the back post as well. I don't think anybody's picked up. Look, that ball flicked through. Now Torres gets over top of that, but then drives it wide. Some substitutions here. Just moments into the second half for the Villages. It's Dustin Stankovic and Erickson Alves both coming off. Paulo Sousa. Checks in for Stankovic. Fernando Filo Angulo comes on for Erickson Alves. Gias wins that ball. LaRue gets a touch to it. Now it falls to Decker. Sousa's first touch is a win on a challenge there. DeLima, center of the pitch. Hopner on the turn. He's got Gias. Hopner finds Gias. Touches Fillerman. Doing the business on the defensive side of the field as he is the goal scorer. The lone goal scorer thus far in this game. Paco Thomas plays short to Gias. Gias back onto Thomas on that left foot. Driven! What a save by Ruiz. That was through a lot of traffic, and Ruiz had to do some superhero type stuff to actually see that ball and then get down quick enough to touch it wide of the goal. That's a great save. Now out-swinging ball. Rory O'Keefe gets ahead to it, and Paulo Souza, Jackie Kay was whistled for a foul there. Andres Ruiz still on the ground. Ruiz claiming that his arm is still a little sore from the save moments before. Thomas, ball to Jean Alexander. It's nicked off him for a moment. Now Tomas and LaRue offering pressure. O'Keefe just plays it long. Ethan Decker won't even offer a chase to it. McGlynn played short quickly. Fernando Angolo. Paulo Souza looking for options. Filo Angolo. Hopner gets that touch, gets away from him. Moita. Now Moita may be caught out of position here. Torres uses his pace to get it to the end line. Draws it across the face. Matthew LaRue. What a save by Ruiz. Andres Ruiz. Absolutely spectacular. McGlynn, that ball could have been trouble had another South Florida Surf player been in the vicinity, but give Andre Ruiz some major kudos as he's made his second spectacular save in the span of a couple of minutes. Tomas now on his own gets fouled by Filo Angolo. Doran plays long, looking for Decker. Jackie Kay shielding. Lets that ball go out of play for a goal kick. Glenn will play early now. Souza on the turn to Gias. Paco Thomas. Filo Angolo, ball in. O'Keefe there to head it away, and then Moita bangs it long. Paulo Souza, the long switch there. Bailed out a little bit because there was nobody in the vicinity, but Doran tried to sort of make sure there was no danger. Now Hopner to Torres. Great tackle there on the far side of the field by Clavillo. Ball into the feet of Willen Hopner. Hopner just turns and in the form that Andre Ruiz is in, that would have been taking something extra special to beat him from that range. As Ruiz has proven his worth here over the last 7 minutes with 2 spectacular saves. If you're just joining us, the South Florida Surf up 1-0 in a game in which they've been down through at least half of the first half, down a man, as a straight red card was issued to Callum Carsley. Surf haven't taken their foot off the gas offensively as they've offered something moving in that direction. And Jean Alexander's fouled. That ball played forward. Oh, what a save by McGlynn. The Ville just sort of fell asleep there as it's like Michon was able to get in behind on that free kick, but credit McGlynn, Timothy McGlynn, for standing tall there and keeping that ball out of the net. Again, though, another dangerous set-piece opportunity. Michon, that ball in over the top of everybody. Decker offers chase, keeps it in. Ethan Decker now. Danilo Gias stands him up. James Fillerman. Escorts that ball out of play for a throw-in. Decker. Souza, a foul, but I think the extra theatrics by Decker fell on deaf ears to the official. He offers a bit of a smile afterwards. But again, dangerous opportunity here. That's Michon with the right foot. Ooh. Waste that opportunity, frankly. And the Villages play early. Paco Thomas. Now Paco Thomas. He's got Doran in front of him. Clavillo tracking from behind. Clavillo. Referee says play on. Now Hobbs. Maybe this is the icebreaker for the Villages, who now have tied things up at 1 goal apiece. About 25 minutes left in this second half, and with a man advantage and now a little bit of momentum on their side, we're in for an entertaining little bit of soccer here. Paco Thomas, the equalizer here in the second half. I think the scouting report was on as that ball was on his left foot and everybody played it as such, and then when he chopped it back to his right foot, he had an acre of space in front of him and then did the business from there. After the foul, Tristan Doran will play long. Oh, Tomas fouled by Souza. And Michon again will set this free kick up again. Clavillo now. But that's the second free kick in a row from that spot in which the Villages weren't quite set early enough and may have given away an opportunity, a goal. Torres. Muita. Oh, Muita steps in there. That's a heavy challenge. Fernando Filo Angulo fouled there on the far end. Now plays forward to Torres, but the referee says, listen, wait for the whistle. Hopner. That ball went out of play. That was... Angolo says, my bad. Clavillo tries to play through. Torres tries to get a touch to the middle of the field, but O'Keefe gets it to Alexander. Alexander still. Michon now. Now Michon sidesteps Torres. Michon still with it. Out wide. Michon the switch here to Fillerman. Paco Thomas megged. And then Michon takes the foul. Now free kick here. Michon, obviously the set piece specialist for South Florida. He's been over every play himself in that time. Didn't work out. And now Tomas attacking. Now Hopner gets it back. Now to the middle of the field for Souza. Now in the middle to Mathieu Leroux. Mathieu Leroux with some pace. O'Keefe is there. Walls him off and instead gets the ball out of play for a corner kick. Gabriel Torres on the far side will take this left-footed corner kick. Lopez and Jackie K both in the box. That ball bending. Moita wins it only as far as De Lima, who strikes it and never gets through the box. Lopez, Torres. Ooh, tackled there by Clavillo. De Lima. De Lima put something on Clavillo. Oh, Alexander on the first. Referee lets it go, and then Paco Thomas whistle for the foul on Alexander, and Paco Thomas gets a yellow card. Doran plays on. Michon. But Jackie K there to win the header away. Now Souza. To Torres, who's got a little space in front of him. Also has got a runner in Mathieu Leroux. But Moita's long steps get him to the ball first. Now tries to play out of there. That's a dangerous ball. Tomas gets it forward. Michon out wide here to Machado, who just checked into the game. Machado and Danilo Gias face to face, and Machado wastes that ball towards the middle. Souza, that ball gives it right back to South Florida. Now Michon got Alexander with him, but he'll go it alone. Now lays it off for Tomas. Fillerman. Fillerman. Chip beyond Danilo Gias. He's got Paco Thomas. Paco Thomas now. Forward for Gias, but it's not out of danger yet. Now Machado. Machado can't get it out from underneath himself. That ball's not where he wanted it. Roberto De Lima, a touch there. Moita came flying in there, never touched the ball, but never touched the player, so the referee says play on. Marchand out wide now. Gabe Machado steps inside. Now Alexander, Jean Alexander. Torres. De Lima back onto Torres. Souza carries it forward, gets to Danilo Gias, who chops inside. Machado, Danilo Gias still with it. Wants to switch the field, and certainly does. Now De Lima gets it in the middle. Tries to play through, but Tomas cuts it off. Michon back onto Tomas. Oh, that touch into the corner. Tomas gets to it and goes right past Souza, but Jackie K recovers. 15 minutes and some added time left here in the second half. Tristan Doran throwing in for South Florida. Sean Alexander on the turn. Jackie K's there. Get the ball away for a moment. That ball headed back into danger. Now Yago Lopez almost straight up. DeLima calmly settles that down. Torres flicks it. Angolo now forward to Torres again. Torres will get to it. Moida tries to hold him up, but Torres cuts back to the middle. Hopner lays it down. Now over to DeLima. DeLima from distance. He's going to crank it. But Tomas is there. Paco Thomas gets it. It's got the overlapping run of Danilo Gias. Thomas keeps it. Tries to flick it forward. It falls back out to Rory O'Keefe. That ball chipped over to Tom. Great ball from him. Now Gabe Machado plays in behind. Jackie K able to win that ball away. Jeff Michon. Both teams playing long balls at this point. Jackie K heads that ball away. Sean Alexander, though, in the middle of the pitch. Gets it over to Clavillo. Michon to the middle. Tomas with it. And ball's nicked away from him. Now Roberto DeLima on the attack. Roberto DeLima gets it over to Willen Hopner. Willen Hopner doesn't hold his run. It's whistle for the offsides. Both teams notably exhausted. Looks like Michon is about to check out of the game, and he does. Really dangerous on set pieces. DeLima. Paco Thomas there. He's got Gias running with him. Gias still onside. Lays it back down to Paco Thomas. Paco Thomas. DeLima, long switch there. Angolo. Give credit to Clavillo. Steps in the way of that. Tomas is going to check out now. Looks like Eric Sa is about to check in. Willen Hopner checking out of the game for the Villages, and Kyle Nelson checking on. Pretty good over the course of the two games, but that was a pretty notable misstep. Paco Thomas, scorer of 2 goals, cramping up. It's humid. It's breeze is nice, but it's been a hot, humid day without question. Wesley Pereira looks like he's about to check on. I believe it is Paco Thomas coming off. Paco Thomas with the brace today. Or no, it isn't Paco Thomas coming off. 7 minutes of added time here in this second half, so there's a lot of work to do. Supinski, or no, excuse me, that's Fillerman. Wins that ball, continues on. Yeah. It's two men going face to chest right there. Fillerman, excuse me, offered 2 shoves to the chest of Chris Wilkinson. I mean, it's he's looking to see if Fillerman already has a yellow card for the day. Fillerman's going to get a yellow card here. Yeah. So James Fillerman is going to receive a yellow card. And then Kyle Nelson gets a yellow card. Not sure for what, but figured he was giving some out. He was going to be equitable. And Andres Ruiz is going to try to chip this ball into the box. Oh, it flicked on. Now Souza hits that ball forward to DeLima. Oh, that tackle there by Jean Alexander. Had DeLima seen Wilkinson with him, I think that that ball could have been played, sort of switched earlier. Could have been a great goal scoring opportunity. Nelson gets a piece of that. Now Paco Thomas. Now that ball flicked on. Now DeLima's in. Now DeLima. He's got Wilkinson at the back post. Oh, credit to Rory O'Keefe for not giving up on that, as that ball was laid across and was going to be destined for Chris Wilkinson at the back post, but Rory O'Keefe, great tackle there to keep that ball out from in front of the goal. Looks like Roberto DeLima is cramped up. And if Andres Ruiz is complaining about time wasting, that's the proverbial pot calling the kettle black. Short corner here, Paco Thomas, Wilkinson, Souza. O'Keefe gets the ball. Now Supinski. Supinski fouled. Eric Saw will take the free kick. He'll play long. Oh, Nelson, well won there. Dangerous opportunity here for South Florida as they look to get a late equalizer. And all these set piece opportunities, remember, we've only seen South Florida now. This is our second game, and you recognize Set pieces is where they do the lion's share of their damage. Moita, certainly an imposing figure, lined up to make a run at that back post, but this can also be a shot on goal. Some size in the box for the Villages. Sa with the right foot, Machado with the left. Oh, and that hits the chest. That ball's still not out of danger. Wilkinson gets to it for a moment. Now Souza. Souza will just switch it long. You got DeLima and Torres. DeLima is going to keep it. He's got Wilkinson to the back post. Torres drops off to give him an option. Morgan rides DeLima off the ball, and it's going to be a goal kick. Now Booth. And those 3 whistles represent another 3 points for the Villages SC Buffalo. 2 goals by Paco Thomas. Erased the goal by James Fillerman early in the first half. A man advantage on the pitch, and most importantly, a goal advantage on the scoreboard. We are done here from South Florida with the Villages SC Buffalo 2, South Florida Surf 1. We appreciate you watching Villages SC Soccer on the National Sports Broadcasting.